Now, as we all know, Madonna's currently up for grabs in the West End, enjoying her role as a manipulative New York art dealer. Well, one woman she's certainly taking advantage of is Mindy, played by Megan Dodds. Their girl-on-girl kiss has put the Material Girl in the headlines once again. So, what's it like to snog the Queen of Pop? And what's it like to make up an on-stage threesome? Well, we're about to find out. Welcome to Megan Dodds and Danny Eno.
Thanks.
What a hell of an introduction.
Yeah, that was nice.
Good afternoon. Oh, give me a break.
When you're next week, you'll be saying good afternoon.
I'm coming to see the show tonight, actually.
Oh, good.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it.
It's a tough ticket to get a hold of, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I had to beat a few people with a stick.
And believe me, she would do that. She really would do that.
So, when you first got approached to do this, was it kind of, did you know Madonna was going to be in it? Or? Yeah. And does that kind of make you want to do it even more?
I suppose
I did. It's obviously a big name amongst
Yeah.
people, doesn't it?
I was really excited by the idea. And then I read the script and I sort of fell on the floor and needed someone to fan me for a few minutes. But,
When you got to the bit.
yeah,
Did you feel intimidated working with Madonna, or when you knew, were you quite nervous about that?
No, I mean, I think there's a little bit of nervousness in the beginning, you know, because this is someone that you grew up with.
Yeah.
And, you know,
But
been
also, you know, her
fascinated by.
reputation of, she's quite tough, isn't she? She's quite a hard taskmaster.
She's been great with us.
Absolutely.
She really has.
Has she?
We have such a good time.
Maybe
I think, particularly as a woman in the whole business of, I don't think you get to be as good and as switched on as she is by not being a bit tough. I think you have to be, don't you? I mean, not saying she's tough with you. I just mean that she makes, you know, she makes sure that she makes the right choices about
Yeah,
things
she's
in life.
really brave.
Yeah,
She's
brave.
extremely
That's the
brave.
word.
She's
very
done so much
instinctual.
more with her life than, you know,
Yeah.
at the same age that, you know.
And
it's
also maybe
amazing.
because theatre's a new medium for her.
Yeah.
You know, so she's obviously learning. So she's learning from you guys. Well,
Well, no, she did Speed the Plough, didn't she, on
She did,
Broadway?
yeah,
that's true.
How does West End match up to Broadway? Is it kind of on a
I
similar...
think it's about the same.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've never done a show where this kind of audience was involved before. I mean, this is just almost like a rock concert. You
It's,
know?
it's almost
She
identical
comes
to a
out
rock
and they
concert.
go crazy.
Really?
There's just this wonderful energy coming at you all the time that's really different.
I can
Just tell us
imagine.
about your characters, Megan. Just tell us about your character first. And how
Well,
she
we
fits in- it fits
play
into
a
the-
husband and wife team, which is we're internet millionaires, you know, who have survived the dot-com
I
crash.
was going to say, isn't that an oxymoron? It's
Yeah.
not millionaires. They don't exist, do they?
Yeah. And I think a little bit kooky is Mindy, and
And a little eccentric and odd is Kel.
Right.
Yeah.
And the storyline is that so Madonna plays an art dealer in this, and she has to sell a painting to whom?
she's trying to sell a painting to
About
three
three,
different groups
yeah.
of people who
Right.
are all really wealthy, and they
Including
kind
you.
of
Right.
We're one of the couples.
they sort of figure out that they can ask for something in return, and that's kind of where the hilariousness comes in.
So she has to sort of get over a certain price to get her cut of the painting, doesn't she? So she'll have
That's
to
right.
persuade you. So she persuades you by being sort of coming on to you, and then you get involved,
Right.
etc. I have just got to ask this.
We'll have a little cuddle.
I have just got to ask this. What's it like kissing a woman?
Well, it's kind of...
Yeah, I was gonna- it's bizarre.
Does it feel really different?
You know what I think about, this is just me, but I think about, oh shit, did I have garlic? Did I brush my teeth? Did I, you know, am I wearing deodorant? Like, these things. You always worry, like, if you're a good kisser or not, and I just don't, you never know.
We've got our makeup department, actually. They've got all these things in for you, look. Just so that you know, here.
Oh, good, okay.
Take those back to you. And use them this evening.
For your kiss tonight. I should be watching tonight to
good,
see whether
okay.
it's a particular... Oh, here's
See if
another
it
one. Here we
helps
are.
me at all. Oh, good.
There we
thank
go.
you.
Obviously, you had to practice that, Megan. So that build up to that must have been. Did you do it behind closed doors, or?
You know, the first thing that happened was the director said in rehearsal, "You've just got to go for it," and
Yeah.
he grabbed Danny and put his hand over his mouth and gave him a big kiss.
Yeah, we fought
But
for
you
about
can't put your hand over your mouth. That's cheating,
And the
isn't
two
it?
of us girls were sitting there going,
Right.
"Oh my God!" So at some point, you just have to go for it.
And it's
Yeah.
acting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
And what reaction does it get from the audience when you actually do this?
You know, sometimes they're a little bit shocked. I
a
think.
gasp. It's like a universal
They must be
gasp.
waiting
Yeah.
for it. It's like the scene in Mrs. Robinson on the theatre when they, you know, Jerry Hall was just stripped off. Everybody went to see that. It was quite disappointing.
You mean you
really.
did?
Yeah, 5 times.
Do you want some?
Yeah.
So what's your background? I know you were in Popcorn, which is fantastic stage play. I saw that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did a very kind of I mean, a great striptease, didn't you? Did you have to train for that? Because it's not easy to do a seductive...
I didn't know about this. Go ahead.
There's no stopping you, Megan.
You didn't take all her clothes off. You did a very sort
It was
of taking off
trying to make
pair
a
of
pair of
tights.
pantyhose
Yeah.
sexy, which is a really
hard.
difficult job, actually.
Yeah.
So I got some music and I just sort of, you know,
Yeah.
went for it. But after a while, you know, you're doing a show for 6 months, you sort of feel like I could have, you know, do this with a cigarette and a vacuum cleaner. You just get over it.
And that's how you met your husband, didn't you? Because he came to do
Yeah,
some
he's
pictures
a
at the show.
photographer, that's right.
And he saw the way she took her tights off and thought, that's the girl for
That's the
me.
girl for me.
And what's your background,
Very
Danny?
smart man.
How did you get into acting?
I got into acting very early on in elementary school and kind of just worked my way. Received my master's from NYU, and I've done a lot of shows in New York, and just finished shooting a show called Men, Women, and Dogs on the WB network in the
Right.
States. And I'll be doing a show for HBO called Baseball Wives starting in September.
So, busy boy.
Do you like TV or do you like theatre? The live performance.
I think they're both very challenging.
Yeah.
I think I'm more comfortable on stage because I've done more of that, but the camera is becoming more and more friendly.
They're all friendly, aren't they?
Friendly.
So how long does the show run till?
Till the middle of July.
So you both signed up until then?
Yes.
And any idea what happens after that? Does it carry on, or is that the only time it's booked in for?
I don't know.
Big question mark.
I think it would certainly have an audience if it did, you know.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you both very much, and I shall see you tonight.
All right.
John won't.
I won't.
Thanks for
Jamie
helping
goes,
me.
ooh, should be waving.
John couldn't get any tickets.
I got the best seat in town, trust me. You've got to see this.
I've got a
Okay,
sticky
Megan.
on beard there, Danny. Do you think I could swap places with you?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I have 4 or 5 of these in the dressing room.
Okay, Megan and Danny, thank you
Thank
very,
you.
very
Thank
much
you.
indeed. Now, staying in the land of celebrity, it's time